Yes, I hear you. Okay, battery is low, battery is low. Okay, folks, normal service resumed. Thank you for your patience there. We continue on now with the second heat for the X30 seniors, and we can run through that starting grid now. So let's talk you through it. The Belgian Rens van Pelt on pole position alongside the Frenchman Arnaud Malizia on the front row. Finland's Levi Luntikanto is second row alongside Sam McDonnell, the Irishman. Hans Morin of Sweden is there on the third row alongside the Brit Jordan Brown-Nutley. Sam White of Great Britain is there on row 4 alongside the Swede Patrick Brunqvist. Juan Carlos Hernandez Ruiz of Spain is there in the 5th row alongside the Belgian Nicolas Bayart. Ross Hayes of Ireland on row 6 alongside the Filipino Jacob Ang. Then we have Daniel Mathia alongside Jason Knockwood on row 7. Saul Robinson and Sebastian Degrand is on row 8. Philip Rawson and Luis Beloso are on row 9 from Evan Becerra and Matilda Olsen. On row 11, it is Camille Donich alongside the Brit Matthew Gilliland, Holland's Joey van Splunteren alongside Frenchman Antoine Perceval, Jack Alef of Switzerland alongside Ben Wooldridge of Great Britain, then Axel Bengtsson of Sweden, Riku Salmonotio of Finland, Dionysis Levelis of Greece alongside Kira Scott of Great Britain, Manel Galofre and Robin Knutson are on row 16, and then row 17 is Stuart Middleton and Jack Tomalin, an all-British back row of the grid, just like it was in row 1, a British front row. So the drivers are getting themselves ready to go out once again, and it will be the Belgian star Rens van Pelt and the Frenchman Arnaud Malizia who lead them out, with the flying Finn Levi Luntukanto alongside the Ulsterman Sam McDonnell. A very interesting battle this one is set to be, and we'll see some pretty incredible racing from these guys as they continue their battle around the circuit. Away we go, we're leaving the pits and we're getting ready for the second X30 senior race of the weekend. So the drivers make their way weaving and getting their tyres up to temperature. In the warm-up this morning, we had some very interesting times coming from the X30 seniors. Just for those who are interested in the warm-up session this morning, the fastest of the X30 seniors in warm-up this morning was, in fact, Dean McDonald on a 56.869, just a fraction of a second faster than his countryman Jordan Brown-Nutley, who was faster in his warm-up session. Only 0.04 of a second quicker than Arnaud Malizia. So the Frenchman was very quick this morning in warm-up. So with him alongside Rens van Pelt, this could be a Interesting start to the second heat. Definitely going to be incredibly strong and very competitive. So we will figure out and work out how things are going to be. And I think it's going to be a really interesting battle, a really interesting challenge as the drivers get themselves up to speed. They go around the circuit once just to get the engines and tyres warmed up, and then, of course, they will form up in formation once again around this magnificent Cartodromo Lucas Carrera. And it is an amazing race circuit. Brilliant race battles so far in race 1. Race 2, we will see more of the same, I have no doubt, especially with the plucky Belgian Rens van Pelt, who was very strong all day yesterday, never really outside the top 6 in terms of what he could do in one lap. And the Frenchman Arnaud Malizia, very, very competitive all the way through the day as well. It'll be interesting to see what happens just behind them, though. We've got two very feisty competitors in the Finn, Levi Lintukanto, who was the fastest in his group in qualifying yesterday and left his flying lap, his fastest flying lap, I should say, till the very last. So he's really starting to make an impression in the latter stages of this meeting. So we're starting to get up into our rows once again. And who knows who is going to walk away at the front of this one. Dean McDonald, the victor in the first race. It could be anyone within the top 6 in this one. We haven't seen too many thrills and spills yet, but hopefully it's all going to remain clean and collected racing. Everybody is obviously eager for another great battle. We're all done with timed sessions. It's now all about the racing as slotting back into position at the front. That looks like Rens van Pelt had to get himself back into position. I wonder if he's got a few technical difficulties. But Rens van Pelt, the Belgian, is now there at the front alongside Arnaud Malizia. And of course, he can form himself back into his position as long as he doesn't overtake after the red line. And he did so before the red, so that is absolutely fine. They now slot themselves into their rows. They have to remain in between the two white lines. Wait for it, wait for it. Now we're racing. Here we go! And it's a great start from the 288 on the second row of the grid as McDonald tries his best to get a decent start. They all jostle for position in the first corner as everybody getting it through clean and safe. I can't tell whether that's Malizia or Rens van Pelt that got through first. That looks to me like it was Malizia who got through a little bit wayward. So McDonald has got through to second position. That is Rens van Pelt still leading the way, the Belgian, as they scrabble for position in the midfield. It's a little bit jostly and a little bit enticing for a few drivers to try and go for a gap in a little bit of a feisty start. I think that's one of the Polish competitors trying to move his way a little bit further forward. And, oh dear, that's gone terribly wrong in the left-hander before the back straight as somebody has obviously decided to be very overeager and quite overzealous on the brakes there, and that could cause quite a few repercussions. Coming down into the final chicane, though, it is all going incredibly well for Rens van Pelt, who leads the way here. That looks like Sam McDonald, who's got through into second position in the 264. And no, it's Levi Lintukanto, in fact. McDonald's third. Arnaud Malizia in fourth place. From Sam White, Hans Morin, Jordan Brown-Nutley, Juan Carlos Hernandez-Ruiz, Ross Hayes, and rounding out the top 10 at the moment is Patrick Rundqvist. So Levi Lintukanto, and that is up to fourth position then. Now, who is that? Who's made the move up into P4? That's Arnaud Malizia going down a place. I think that's Sam White has got himself now up into fourth position. Good move there from Sam. As the rest of the field jostles away for position. The one who made the do-or-dice maneuver, I think, was Camille Donic. Luis Beloso has dropped a long way back as a result of it. Jack Aliff and Philip Rawson have also gone backwards. So they have dropped out of their positions as well. It's all getting a little bit hectic in the midfield as everybody tries to jostle for position. Oh, a couple of cheeky maneuvers as well. This is definitely shuffling up quite a lot. Meanwhile, the Finn, Levi Lintukanto, is right on the back of our race leader, Rens van Pelt. Third position, McDonald trying to close them down. White is fourth. Jordan Brown-Nutley now up to fifth ahead of Hans Morin. And all the way down the order to 11th place goes Juan Carlos Hernandez-Ruiz. So he has had the raw end of the deal on that last lap. It's not gone well for the local man. And out in front, it is Rens van Pelt, Levi Lintukanto, Sam McDonald, and Sam White is right there close as well. Fifth place is Jordan Brown-Nutley. Don't count him out. He was pretty quick in the morning of yesterday's practice session, so he will be strong. He's got a little bit of ground to make up thanks to not the best of qualifying sessions from his point of view yesterday, but he's getting on with it, and you can see that by virtue of the fact that he's now up into fifth position and chasing down the leaders. So he has rolled his sleeves up and just decided to get on with it. Down on the back straight. Van Pelt, Lintukanto, McDonald, White and Brown-Nutley almost all together. But Jordan Brown-Nutley running well in the warm-up this morning. He should have the lap times to close these guys down. Can he get himself in the top 3? Frantic gestures on the pit wall once again, as now it looks like Levi Lintukanto is going to go for the lead on the inside of Rens van Pelt, and he gets there. Lintukanto goes into the lead, and that tightens up Sam McDonald. So McDonald's got an opportunity now. The Ulsterman has a chance to move up into second position on Rens van Pelt. Van Pelt trying to come back on Lintukanto. But Lintukanto is doing a great job there in the lead of this race. Rens van Pelt dives up the inside, though, at the last possible minute in the left-hander. And McDonald's going to slip through as well in a second place. Good move there from Sam McDonald, taking the opportunity and using the open door to slip through into the position. And now he's going to go for the lead on the inside of the left-hander. Fantastic from McDonald. Oh, it's getting a little bit hectic in the midfield as drivers are jostling for position. The dust is being flicked up. But out in front, it is all go for Sam McDonald, who leads the way here, having stolen that advantage in the left-hander. Brilliantly done. Rens van Pelt, however, is now back into second position. And that's Jordan Brown-Nutley, having stormed up into third position now. Jordan Brown-Nutley up into third place. Fantastic work from Brown-Nutley. Sam White is fourth. Levi Lintukanto, previously leading, is now back in a fifth position. So these 5 tightening up as the battle is really intense. But out in front, it is Sam McDonald who leads from Rens van Pelt. Van Pelt trying to get down on the inside. Not going to happen on the right-hander. He has to wait for his moment. But this is a beautiful battle between these 5 at the front. In 6th place behind them, by the way, is Hans Morin, the Swede. Then it is Arnold Milizia, Patrick Rundqvist, Daniel Mathia, and Ross Hayes, the Irishman, has come up into 10th place. 11th is now Juan Carlos Hernandez Ruiz from Jason Lockwood, Matilda Olsen, Sebastian Degrand, Evan Bachera, Jacob Ang, Luis Beloso, Joey Van Splinteren, Ben Waldrich, and Camille Donich. The Pole has started to work his way back into the top 20 after those earlier misdemeanors. Rens van Pelt's right on the back of McDonald. Into the final chicane, and Jordan Brown-Nutley is getting very close indeed in third position. This is going to be an interesting one for the Dan Holland Racing driver. Third position at the moment, and getting very close indeed to our 2 leaders. Rens van Pelt trying to hustle his way back past Sam McDonald into turn 3. No chance. McDonald's not going to leave that door wide open. Here comes Jordan Brown-Nutley, though. Watch out, Rens. You've got a hot one on your tail as they tussle their way through the right, through the left. Jordan Brown-Nutley getting very close. 4th position, still Sam White. 5th is Levi Lintukanto, and all 5 of them are very close together. There's still a lot of battles further behind, a lot of jostling for position, but I don't see anybody having retired from the race as yet, so I think everybody who started is still active on the circuit. Yes, indeed, they are all still pushing, although the fastest in the first sector at this point of the circuit is actually Daniel Mathia, who is trying to work his way higher and higher into the top 10. Van Pelt is not quite able to make the move there on McDonald, and as a result of that, Jordan Brown-Nutley is going to get even closer. He's going to need to make the move because Jordan Brown-Nutley is going for the move. Rens van Pelt tucks up on the inside, and now they're both going to get past. So Sam McDonald drops to third position. Rens van Pelt takes the lead. Jordan Brown-Nutley goes into second place, and Sam McDonald has to settle for the fact that at the moment he's down in third position. Rens van Pelt gets a little loose out of 4. And this could give Jordan Brown-Nutley an opportunity to swing back into position. But Sam White and Levi Lintukanto swapping positions. Lintukanto gets through, up into P4. Now, that's a very timely manoeuvre for the Finn. They could have done that at exactly the right moment. We're on lap 7 of 10. Still good jostling for position all the way down the field. Some good overtakes, some good battles. But up at the front, it is Rens van Pelt who leads. Jordan Brown-Nutley has fought his way right up into second position. It wasn't the perfect start for Jordan Brown-Nutley as he got jostled around, but he has worked his way back into a fine second place, but I don't think he's going to settle for that. Into the final chicane. Right, left, right. Plenty of curb for Jordan Brown-Nutley, and this is an opportunity. He's going to have Rens van Pelt on a breakaway run. Here he goes, up the inside, and Jordan Brown-Nutley through into the lead. No problem at all there. A great jostle for position further back as 2 or 3 of them are getting in the mix there. In the fight for 6th position, it's a great jostle between Arno Milizia, Hans Morin, Patrick Rundqvist, and Daniel Mathia. And I think Mathia might have picked up a couple of places in the process. Good work. So now Jordan Brown-Nutley. Oh, up to second place goes McDonald. McDonald up into second place there in the left-hander. Beautifully done. And so things are now really going well indeed as they come onto the final little couple of sweeping hairpins before we get to the back straight. And it's Jordan Brown-Nutley who has hit the front. Now, Jordan Brown-Nutley out in first position, going very well indeed on lap 8 out of 10. He's only got 2 more to go after this one, but keep an eye because we've got a bit of a battle shaping up for 6th position. It's getting very feisty behind the top 5. These four could tighten up before the end of the race as they come across the line. 2 to go. Jordan Brown-Nutley in front of Sam McDonald, Rens van Pelt, Levi Lintecanto and Sam White. In fact, Levi Lintecanto has dropped Sam White and is now starting to make inroads into Rens van Pelt. This could get very interesting indeed, as Levi Lintecanto could be about to put himself into a podium-paying position. The choice move could come in the left-hander if he gets the right-hander right. He's not quite close enough to dive on the inside, but he's sizing up his opportunity. So Lintecanto getting past Sam White at exactly the right moment a couple of laps ago, gives himself an opportunity to go for the manoeuvre. And whoops, it looks like somebody coming a cropper there and dropping right to the back of the queue. Trying to figure out who that was that ran a little bit deep there. I think that might have been Dionysus Liberis, actually, who has dropped a long way down. No, it's the 254. That is Stuart Middleton. So Stuart Middleton has already had a difficult day at the office, a difficult weekend at the office, I should say. Really, it's up the inside. It's a change for the lead. Jordan Brown-Nutley loses the lead for Sam McDonald, who just about hangs onto it, and that's tightened everything up. Van Pelt and Lintecanto are coming through there, and 2 wheels on the grass for Jordan Brown-Nutley. Brown-Nutley on the inside. Just about hangs onto it, but with 2 wheels on the grass. And we got a problem for the 204. The 204 is breaking down on the main straight. That is disastrous for Joey van Splunteren, the Dutchman. Joey van Splunteren on the home straight has crawled to a standstill. What a disaster for van Splunteren. But the battle for the lead is absolutely electric. Jordan Brown-Nutley leading the way at the moment from McDonald. Rens van Pelt. Look around the outside. Sam White's getting in there with Lintecanto. And they're all getting jostled in position, but look out, because 6 positions closing in. Arno Malizia and Patrick Rundqvist are getting involved in it. It's a 7-way battle. Down the max straight. McDonald's going to make the move on the inside of Jordan Brown-Nutley. Brown-Nutley going to try and hold on to it from Rens van Pelt. Sam White's getting in there as well, but it looks like it's going to be Sam McDonald. Sam McDonald in the final straight is going to take the victory. Fantastic from the 288. Sam McDonald wins it from Jordan Brown-Nutley and Sam White. Levi Lintecanto, Arno Malizia 5th from Rens van Pelt and Patrick Rundqvist. What a fantastic final lap. Wowee. Sam McDonald storms them all. Fantastic racing in the final lap as he dives for that inside line. Jordan Brown-Nutley somehow holding off Rens van Pelt, and that opened the floodgates and let White, Lintecanto and Malizia go through. Very incredible stuff there, and it's going to be very tight, but as they cross the line, it is Sam McDonald from Jordan Brown-Nutley and Sam White, Levi Lintecanto and Arnold Malizia, Rens van Pelt in 6th place from Patrick Rundqvist, Daniel Mathia, Hans Morin, and rounding out the top 10 is the local man, Juan Carlos Hernandez-Ruiz. Ross Hayes of Ireland in 11th place from Matilda Olsen, the Swede in 12th place. Good fight back for her. Jason Lockwood in 13th. Jacob Ang and Sebastian de Grand. Camille Donich fought his way back to 16th. Good racing from him too. Luis Beloso, Saul Robinson, Axel Bengtson, and rounding out the top 20 is Evan Becerra of Belgium. And then we have Rico Salmonotio, Robin Knutson, Ben Wildrich, Manel Galofre, Nicolas Bayard, Philip Rawson, Matthew Gilliland, Antoine Perceval, Dionysus Liveris, and Jack Tomlin with Kira Scott, Stuart Middleton, and Jack Aliff rounding out the field. And unfortunately, Joey van Splunteren coming to a stop, having only completed 9 of the 10 laps with his car crawling to a standstill at the bitter end. But what a shame for him. And what a magnificent run for Sam McDonald. The Irishman has done a brilliant job there and stolen an absolutely fantastic victory away from Jordan Brown-Nutley with some truly magnificent racing. He'll be very happy with that one, and that was very well deserved. Great racing. Right. Oh, goodness me. 2 races down and I haven't got any oxygen left. Right, we're going to have to try and breathe in and think about the next one, because now we move on to the X30 Juniors, and that is going to be the heat